It's a perfect situation.
Big seeds. Yes, they are potatoes, but they are seed potatoes. I bit the bullet this year and bought some seed potatoes, which I don't normally do. I have more of these in my kitchen window chitting, and these are second early Charlotte, and these are first early Pentland Javelin. Now, see if I can hold one of these up. Can you see the little chips starting to form? And they're slowly coming on, and they'll get planted out in about a month's time. The farmer who grows a field full of potatoes, he does not chit his potatoes, I think. We do as gardeners, because it sort of brings them on. If I put these in the ground when I got them a couple of weeks ago, they would have just sat there, possibly rotted off, especially with the freezing temperatures we've been having, or they'd slowly develop these little chips, which will be the stems of the potato plant, and the tubers will come out the bottom, and all the roots will as well. But it means if you put them out in a sunny position, lower light, cool but frost free. So I don't want to put these in my other windows which get more sunlight, because they've got a radiator underneath them and it'll be too warm. So my kitchen window does not have a radiator under it, so they're going in there, and it does at times get a lot of light. But that's my potatoes for this year. I've got a total of 30 of the Charlotte and 10 of the Pentland Javelin. So we'll see how they turn out. To show you about chitting potatoes, as you can see, there's a lot of chips started near the top, because the bottom end, none, that's where the roots will come out. So it's your stems that are coming up first, so you want them upwards towards the light. When you get them, you might not see any little chits or anything on them. You just find out where it looks like the majority of them are and keep that pointed up. If on the other hand you put them the other way round, it doesn't matter. When you go and check them, if you see a potato like this one and look like it got no chits, turn it over and it has. So you just place that back in. But we chip them to bring them on a bit in the safety of frost-free environment. And I don't know if any of you will know what these are. There's 5 tubers in all. They look a bit like potatoes, but they aren't. They are Jerusalem artichokes. I grew these years ago, but it was a bit of a pain in the bum, because I grew them out the front and I haven't forgot about them. So these I'm going to basically put in pots, because as yet I've still got a building site for a garden. But these, put in a pot. I'm going to have one, I think it's a 30-litre pot with 3 in, and one with 2 in, and they'll produce really tall, what looks a bit like a sunflower, but it isn't, because I think some places they call these sunchokes rather than artichokes. But they'll produce that during the summer, and in about March time, anytime after the first frosts and that, go and pull them all up, empty the pot out, see how many tubers I've got, throw one back in the hole, and that'll produce another load. So from these 5 tubers, we'll see how I'll go on and how many I get. These are my little seedlings. Let's go through them. These are multi-sown radish, sown just over a week ago. All of these were kept in the house, so they germinated and then brought out here. And the temperature in here was nearly -3 last night. But in here, as I said, radish. In here is purple top Milan turnips, also multi-sown. Several lettuce, different varieties. Some haven't come up and germinated, but it is only beginning of February. These, on the other hand, I sowed in November, December, and nothing happened, so I've just left them. And they've now come through, but the label's missing, so I don't know what they are. They're possibly radish, I don't know. I am doing no dig as per Charles Dowding, and this is one of his trays, CD15. I don't think I put the compost in right and then put peas in it, but they've germinated, they've just gone all over the place. So we'll see how that goes. But little seedlings.
It's a perfect situation.